Welcome everyone to a brand new episode of Extra Turns. This time around, we got some of our office mates playing some sweet, powerful homebrew decks.
Yeah, it's your favorite members of the staff, Rachel, and the three J's, Jake, Jamie, and Jordan. As you know, we have a lot of Commanders players in-house. They're always brewing, so they're showing off some of their coolest brews. Before we get into it, let's talk about our sponsors, cardkingdom.com/command. That's the place to go to get your Magic product, singles, anything at all if you want to get your hands on Duskmorn, or you're still catching up from the summer like I am, or if you're looking forward to Foundations. Card Kingdom has a huge inventory. They have all the stuff you're looking for. If you're building a new deck, the thing we love about them the most is they have this gigantic inventory, so you can add all the cards to the same cart, hit checkout, and it all arrives on your doorstep in one convenient package. So all you got to do is add the basic land, sleeve it up, and you're ready to go. You don't have to wait for a bunch of different separate packages to arrive. So again, cardkingdom.com/command.
And when you get those cards, sleeve them up, make them look beautiful and protected. ULTRAPRO.com/command has all of the game accessories that we here at the office trust our own collections too. So whether you're getting binders to organize your cards or brand new sleeves to make sure you get that amazing Apex sleeve shuffle feel, ULTRAPRO's got you covered with the official licensed Magic art, whether it's from Secret Lair or the brand new sets that are coming out. And they have an incredible inventory of just tons of amazing stuff so that you can really show up to your next game night looking as decked out as possible, and with, of course, with the matching sleeves and playmats, whatever you're looking for. They've got these cool new displays that you can hang your playmats on the wall.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, you also have the Mana 8 collection, which are just beautiful and amazing for signatures at events. So whatever you're looking for, ULTRAPRO is going to have some great deals going on right now. ULTRAPRO.com/command for all of your game accessory needs.
And of course, the final way to support all of our content is directly if you go to patreon.com/command zone. There's all kinds of cool perks for patrons. You get to interact with Jimmy, myself, Rachel, the rest of our crew. If you want to talk to them and tell them how awesome or bad you think their decks were after this game on our Discord, patrons have access to that, as well as exclusive content like Turn Talk, which follows every game of Extra Turns, and of course, other perks and rewards as well. Patreon.com/command zone. Go there if you want to join our community and support our content.
All right, we got 4 great players and 4 powerful decks. Let's see how spicy things get.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Extra Turns. Today's episode is as classic as they come. We brought a bunch of members of the staff here with some of their favorite brews. We play a commander around the office a lot, so this is a bit of a peek behind the curtain to see what the Command Zone meta looks like. We hope you enjoy. Let's see what they brought to the table.
Hey everyone, it's Jamie, and today I'm playing Indoraptor, the perfect hybrid. My plan is to swing and ping early, so my commander can come down big thanks to Bloodthirst. Then I'll use fight spells and symmetrical damage to trigger its Enrage ability as much as possible. As my dino claws away at my opponent's life total and boards, it'll clear my path to victory.
The commander I brought is Elesh Norn. She's just Elesh Norn. This deck is all about the best of white things. It goes wide with a ton of tokens, pumps up my team, and wipes the board. And my commander helps with both when I transform her. All with a Phyrexian twist. With my instant Phyrexian army, all will be won by me.
Hi, I'm Jordan, and today I've built around Xolatoyac, the Smiling Flood. This deck is all about cloning my commander to get tons of mana from multiple untap triggers. Then, I've got mana sinks to let me use it all at instant speed. Once I've built out a board with a lot of axolotls, I'll use big X spells or some other fun tricks to take out my opponents in one fell swoop.
Today I'm playing Hazezon, Shaper of Sand. This deck is themed around looping deserts between the graveyard and the battlefield. Because each time one enters, my commander will build out a Sand Warrior army. Then, once I find some pump effects or damage triggers, I'll turn those tokens into an unstoppable sandstorm.
All right, I'm ready to play.
Glory to Phyrexia.
Sit back and relax, it's island time.
Only one may sand. All right, everybody ready?
Yeah!
All right, I will draw for turn, and I'm going to play Cactus Preserve tapped. That's all I got. I'll pass to you, Jordan.
Then it is my turn. Draw. I will play a Vivid Grove, which will come into play tapped with 2 charge counters. Pass the turn.
All right, I will draw for turn. I'm gonna play a Plains, and I'll pass.
All right, I'll draw. I will play a Fabled Passage, and I will just crack it right now. So I will search my deck for a basic, and I'll pick a forest, and that will go onto the battlefield tapped.
Ooh, that's a nice forest.
Thank you.
I appreciate the oil slick as the Phyrexian guy at the table.
Be a shame if someone islanded that forest.
I'll pass turn.
Okay, I will untap and draw for turn. I'm going to play a mountain, and then I'm going to cast Explore.
Nice.
So I will draw a card, and I can play an additional land this turn. I'm going to play a Yavimaya as my land for turn.
Oh, forest!
Forests for everybody.
I should have waited to crack my Fabled Passage.
And I'll pass.
I will untap. I will draw for turn. I will play a forest, which is actually a forest, thanks to Yavimaya.
Wow.
Happy to help.
I know, pretty cool, right? And then I'm going to tap 2 mana and play Everflowing Chalice with multi-kicker 1 time. So it comes in with 1 counter on it. And then I will pass the turn.
All right, I will draw. I'll play another Plains, and I'll tap 2 for a Felwar Stone. Then I'll pass to you.
All right, untap, draw for turn. Hey, that's nice. I'll play a Sulphurous Springs, and then just tap 2 for a Talisman. Pass turn.
All right, I will untap and draw for turn. This is a little awkward, but I think it's worth doing. I'm going to play a Survivor's Encampment, which means my Cactus Preserve now taps for white.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to pay 3, and I'm going to cast Hazezon, Shaper of Sand.
Pretty good.
Then I'm going to use my Survivor's Encampment to tap Hazezon to add white, and I'll cast a Weathered Wayfarer. He doesn't do much right now because I went first. I will pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw. And then I will play Otawara, Soaring City, but just as a land, so
I'm happy to see it
yeah.
in this way.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to cast Sky Shroud Claim to get myself 2 forests. See, I'm ramping. Okay, so I will search my deck for any 2 forest cards. I'm gonna get a basic forest and this breeding pool. And I will pay the 2 life for the breeding pool, so it will come in untapped. Going to 38.
Sweet.
So that I can now do this. Spectral Sailor. Bam. Could have flashed him in, but
Didn't.
I ain't doing that. And then I will pass the turn.
All right, I will untap and draw a card. I'm gonna start by playing a Wasteland. Then I'm gonna tap 4 and cast my commander, Elesh Norn, the Elesh Norn.
The Elesh Norn.
If you wanna damage me, it's gonna cost you.
Okay.
And I'll pass.
All right, I'll untap, I'll draw. I will play a Triome tapped, and then I'll tap these 3, and I'll take 2, because I need colored mana from the Talisman and the Pain Land, to play Florian Voldaren Scion.
Hey.
I like this card.
I like it too. I would like it more if I didn't go last and could attack with it. With that, I will pass.
All right, I will untap and draw for my turn. Well, Jordan, you've suddenly ramped ahead of me, so I'm gonna pay a white and activate my Weathered Wayfarer. Search my library for land.
I'm clearly on your side here,
You're
Rachel.
helping.
We should be friends.
I'm gonna find an Abraded Bluffs.
Ooh.
And that'll go to my hand. I'm gonna play that land as my land for turn, and when it enters, I'm gonna deal 1 damage to any opponent. I'm gonna hit you, Jordan.
Me?
Yep,
Me?
right in the face.
I thought we were friends.
Jake seems inconvenient.
You'd have to pay for it.
I will.
Yeah.
Like all the way across the table. Ooh.
When that enters, it's a desert, so I'm gonna make 2 1/1 Sand Warrior tokens.
Nice.
We're popping off. Then I'm going to pay a green and cast Exploration, and I'm going to shock in a Stomping Ground, going to 38. That is not a desert, so I'll make no boys. That's all I got. I'll pass to you, Jordan.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I will pay 1
Oh.
and play a Soul Ring.
Ew.
As a bonus for what you're about to do.
I just top decked it
Jordan can have a little Soul Ring.
as a treat. And I will play my commander, Xolatoyac, the Smiling Flood. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's a nice name.
Yeah. You know, he's a smiley guy. When Xolatoyac, the Smiling Flood, enters the battlefield, I get to put a flood counter on something, turning it into an island. I will put a flood counter on this forest. So now it's a tropical island. It's a build your own trop.
It's an island forest.
Much, much less expensive.
All right, it costs 6 mana.
That's true. Rachel, you don't have any flyers, do you?
Sure don't.
Spectral Sailor
I think that's fair.
comes to attack you.
I will take 1. Go to 37. There's more deserts where that came from.
This rivalry. Islands versus deserts forever. And then I will move to the end of my turn, which means that Xolatoyac triggers, and I get to untap everything with counters on it, which are these two lands. Or, well, this land and my ever-flowing chalice.
Nice.
And right now, that's all it does.
That is so ominous, though. As ominous as the sea.
I will pass the turn.
All right, I'll untap and draw. Oh, looks like I'm missing a land drop this turn.
Oh.
We love missing land drops.
Jake, you need lands.
I missed my lander up last turn, too.
So I'm just gonna go to combat.
Yeah.
And it seems like my only good attack is you, Jamie. I'm gonna swing Elesh Norn at you for 3.
Oh, vigilance. Yeah, no blocks. I will take 3. Going to 35.
And that is commander damage.
It could matter.
If you kill Jamie with commander damage off of Elesh Norn, I will be shocked.
All right, and then I'll pass.
Okay, untap, draw. Where were you a turn ago? I'll play a Blood Crypt, and I will have it be untapped, so I'm going to 33. And then I'm gonna play Xenagos, God of Revels.
Ooh. Yikes.
Scary.
So I'll go to combat, and I'll pump Florian. But if I attack, I have no blockers, and I can't play the card that I exile because I've already played a land and have no mana. So now we're out of combat, and I pass the turn.
He's gonna Xenago to his end step.
Yep,
Classic Xenagos and pass.
yep, yeah. This is a Xenago deck.
Okay, well, this seems sweet, so I'm gonna do it. I'm going to cast Escape Shift.
Yo!
Whoa.
Yep, Escape Shift.
Escape Shift scares me.
Yeah.
I am going to have to... I'm going to counterspell that.
This is a long way to say that's not happening.
Yeah, counterspell.
Yeah, I do not have a Tybalt's Trickery, so that Escape Shift will be countered.
And I will remove 1 charge counter from the Vivid Grove in order to do that.
Honestly, that's okay. I'm going to play a mountain as my land for turn. 'Tis not a desert, but it is fine. And yeah, I don't have any particularly effective moves, so I will pass.
On your end step.
Oh.
I'm gonna tap 1 and Swords to Plowshares, Xolatoyac.
No!
Ooh.
Yes.
I think that's probably good.
This is what I get for trying to stop Escape Shift.
And that's what Rachel gets for scape shifting.
Yeah.
Xolatoyac is
For eating a counter spell.
All right, Xolatoyac's gone. I gain 6 life, going to 43. All right, I will untap all of my things. Upkeep and draw.
One simply can't say one without the other.
You can't perform magic without showmanship.
Yeah,
a Dreamroot Cascade is played.
like Paul Bettany in A Knight's Tale.
So I will play Xolatoyac a second time for 8 mana. When Xolatoyac enters the battlefield, I get to put another counter on something. So I will put it on the other force that I have here. I will move to combat.
All right. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude.
I have to remove Xolatoyac again.
No, you don't.
I played against this deck too many times. I'm sorry. I wish
You're
that
just taking me out of the game.
I-
All right, he's gone.
Oh boy, okay.
But you will get an elephant,
All right.
and I'm genuinely sorry. I'll go to my untap and draw for turn. If it helps, I didn't draw a land.
I can't help but think it doesn't, man.
I don't, that doesn't help, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I truly worry about our relationship outside of this game. Okay, well, I'm just gonna double spell because I can. I'm gonna cast Progenitor Exarch. When it enters the battlefield, I do nothing,
Whoa.
'Cause I didn't
X is
pay.
0.
and then I'll pay 2 for an Idol of Oblivion. I'll go to combat, and then Jamie, same story. I'm gonna swing Elesh Norn at you for 3.
Yeah, same outcome. I'm gonna take 3. Going to 30.
Then I'll pass.
Okay, I will untap, I will draw. I'll go right to combat. Xenagos will trigger, giving Florian +3/+3, so it's now a 6/6 first strike. And Jake, Retribution, I will swing at you with a 6/6 Florian.
Okay, I'll put the Exarch in front of it.
It's unfortunate you recognized that that's the best play.
I barely recognize it.
Gamer's got a
Yeah.
game. Gamer's got a jump block.
Yeah.
that just happens.
Progenitor Exarch will die.
I wanted to hit a land drop Florian, but didn't. So I'm gonna tap 1 for Bushwhack, choosing to just go fetch a basic from my deck to hand.
Fair. That's why that card's good.
All right, so I will search my deck for a basic, and since everything's already a forest, I will put this mountain into my hand. And then I'll play it for turn.
Thanks, Yavimaya Rachel.
Yeah, I was gonna sack it. But
I will tap 2 for another talisman, and then tap 2 more, because again, the mountain's a forest, for Sakura Tri-Builder.
got mana.
Nice. Steve's out there.
Papa Steve.
Got mana. Yeah, that's my turn. Pass.
All right, I will untap and draw for turn. This feels weird, but I think I'm just gonna pass. Go ahead, Jordan.
Okay. I will untap everything on my board here. Upkeep and draw. So I'm going to play Seagate Restoration.
Ooh.
Yeah, that seems good.
Tapping all of these for blue.
Yeah.
That'll then draw me 4 cards, and then I have no maximum hand size from then on, because I have 3 cards in hand, and it draws me 1 more than the number of cards I have in hand.
All right.
Bad.
So
I mean, that's good right now.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4. I will play Command Tower as my land for turn, and then I will pay 2 mana and play a Tangled Florahedron and pass turn.
All right, I will untap and not remove any of Jordan's things this time.
Oh wow, thanks.
Draw for
you don't want to
turn.
get rid of my Spectral Sailor.
Yeah, I mean I do. but-
like drop a Path to Exile and give me a
It'll be very good when you have 400 mana.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna play a Plains. Then I'm gonna tap 5 manas and cast Rabble Rousing.
Nice.
Ooh.
Sure.
It's got Hideaway 5, so I'm gonna look at the top 5 cards of my deck. I'm gonna put this card underneath, and the rest go on the bottom. Now I'm gonna move to combat.
Yep.
Because you're so easy, Jamie.
That is the trend.
I'm gonna smack you in the head with an Elesh Norn. Since I have 1 creature attacking, I'm gonna make 1 citizen token.
Cool.
And, just for fun, before blocks, I'm gonna activate Idol of Oblivion to draw a card. Go to blocks?
Yeah, I will block with Steve.
Okay.
Before damage.
What?
Oh, what could he possibly have? A combat trick, perhaps?
He does have mana up.
Oh!
I will sack Steve. I'll search my library for a basic again, and this time I'll get a swamp, and it will enter tapped.
Well, then Elesh Norn smacks nothing, and I will pass the turn.
All right, I will untap a couple of things, and then draw. So I just want to establish something. What I'm about to do is probably worse for me than it is for you.
Oh, wait a minute. Nobody ever says that, and it's a good thing.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm gonna play Heartless Hinetsugu.
Okay.
No!
Okay.
I'm at the lowest life. It's
It's
symmetrical.
certainly gonna have haste, yeah.
Yeah, I will go to combat. I will have Xenagos target Heartless Hinetsugu, giving it +4/+4 in haste.
This game's getting a lot faster all of a
Yeah,
sudden.
here we go.
No, I think given that I'm about to put myself to 15, I don't attack with anything. But I will still, in combat, activate Heartless Hinetsugu.
Oh man.
Wow.
This is gonna
Oh,
be a
gee.
big dinosaur.
Yeah.
All right, I will take 18 going to 19. Whoosh.
I will take 21 going to 22.
And I'll take 20, going to 20.
Your math is so much easier.
I'll take 15, going to 15.
And you triggered my Elesh Norn.
Yes. Now I could pay and assume that I'll get an untapped land with Florian, but that's setting me up for disaster.
So is it gonna be 2 life or 1 mana?
It's 2 life.
Oh man, going to 13.
Going to 13. Okay, that has happened. Now, 18
Yep.
plus 21 is 39. Plus 20 is 59. At the beginning of my post-combat main phase, I'll look at the top 59 cards of my deck.
Hey everyone, we've got something cool we want to share with you.
Yeah, I, like a lot of you out there I know, I'm trying to eat healthier. And that's not always easy, but something that's helped me a lot lately is HelloFresh.
Yeah, it can be really tough to find time to figure out a healthy diet, let alone grocery shopping or meal planning.
But HelloFresh takes care of everything. It's the meal kit service that makes it super easy and convenient to eat healthy.
HelloFresh delivers step-by-step recipes and fresh, pre-portioned ingredients right to your door. And if you sign up now, you'll get 1 free breakfast item in every box for life.
Now look, I would get bored if I had to eat the same thing all the time, but HelloFresh has over 50 different recipes to choose from each week, including a huge range of protein-smart and calorie-smart options.
They offer a ton of flexibility to work around your schedule and even have quick and easy meals that take 20 minutes or less, like their chicken with maple Dijon sauce, so you can still eat healthy even when you're busy.
And when you sign up and order your first box, you're directly supporting this show and getting breakfast for life. So you get to start the day off right, and we get to keep making content.
It's a win-win. Click the link in the description or use our code COMMANDOCT10 and get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life.
One breakfast item per box while subscription is active if you're in the US. Outside the US, the local discount will apply.
Hi there, I'm Renma, Creaking Nest, but you can call me Friendma because all I want to do is make bird tokens for everyone. But once I've made my tokens, I've got to sell them, and I'm no salesman. I'm a scarecrow full of birds. That's why I use Shopify. No one does selling better than Shopify. They've helped me in 2 or more types of ways. Using Shopify has really helped my business grow, letting me sell my tokens all over the world, instead of just to my opponents. Plus, with Shopify, I get the #1 checkout on the planet with ShopPay, which helps me turn more bird browsers into bird buyers. In fact, Shopify is the business behind the business for many successful companies, including the Command Zone and Allbirds, who, despite their name, foolishly don't sell birds at all. But the fact remains, businesses that sell more sell on Shopify. Because Shopify is for the birds, in a good way!
Upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/TCZ, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/TCZ to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/TCZ. Yes! I win! Probably. Anyway.
Probably. What's going on?
I just goldfished a huge turn on ARCHIDEKT. Check it out, they've got the best playtester in the business. Playing and tapping your cards is as simple as clicking them. Everything goes right where you want it, but you can drag things by hand and group them together in different ways too. Then there's easy shortcut keys for things like making copies, sending cards between zones, and starting the next turn.
Nice, so this is a Traxa. All that proliferating's gotta take a while.
It doesn't actually. Just right click and hit proliferate all counters.
Oh wow, yeah, you probably do win.
I think so.
ARCHIDEKT is the best place to browse, brew, and playtest commander decks. Just go to archidekt.com/commandzone to get started.
That's ARCHIDEKT.com/command-zone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I think all the other characters in this episode have used their removal.
Yeah, if only someone had removal.
Oh.
I will exile this Soul Ring,
Yeah.
and I'll put these on the bottom of my deck in a random order, which is basically reshuffling.
There's a lot of problem permanents now, and there's gonna be a very big dinosaur.
Okay, I will tap this. That Soul Ring has now actually been cast. It is out there. And then I will tap it, plus 2 more. Indoraptor's here.
Uh-oh.
With 59 +1/+1 counters on it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Well, blocker suddenly got a lot more important.
Based on our testing, Jamie wasn't much of a problem.
I would argue I'm sort of still not that much. I don't know.
Why would you argue that?
I think you will be arguing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I pass.
All right, having skipped my turn, I will untap and draw this. I am going to pay green and cast a Sylvan Safekeeper. It lets me sacrifice lands and give things Shroud. I am going to float a white from the Abraded Bluffs, and I will sacrifice it, giving Hazezon Shroud. Then I am going to tap my Cactus Preserve for white, and I am going to sack it to give Weathered Wayfarer Shroud. Now I have fewer lands than folks.
Wow.
So I can activate my Weathered Wayfarer and search my library for a land.
Next level tech.
I think, given the newly lowered life totals, that the desert I want is Ramionap Ruins. It goes into my hand. And then while I have Hazezon on board, I am going to replay those deserts from my graveyard. I'm gonna play Cactus Preserve, which enters tapped. That'll make 2 Sand Warrior tokens. And then I'm gonna replay this Abraded Bluffs. When it enters, I deal 1 damage to an opponent. Jordan, I will ping you once again.
Woo! I will take that, going to 21.
That will make 2 more Sand Warrior tokens. And then I will use the white floating from before, and I'm gonna cast March of Souls,
Oh.
which is a board wipe that destroys all creatures. And for each creature destroyed this way, its controller puts a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying into play.
Oh. That's way better for you than us.
What? It's not a great board wipe, but it's fun.
I like it.
It's pretty good when we're all playing at 60 card Magic life totals.
I don't absolutely hate it, but I certainly don't like it.
So I made 9.
3 for me.
2 for me.
I'll get 3.
Well, that was fun. That's all I got. Go ahead, Jordan.
All right, I will untap all of my things, and then I will go to upkeep and draw a card. I will play an island as my land for turn, and then I'll play Xolatoyac again.
Here he comes,
will
the
not
smiley boy.
He's smiling, but it's a forced smile at this point, you know? It's like, bam. 10 mana to cast Xolatoyac a third time.
Worth every penny.
Oh boy.
Tune in to our Patreon exclusive Turn Talk to see how Jordan was really feeling during this moment.
I will put a flood counter on my command tower, so it is now a watery command tower. I don't think that makes any sense to attack with my spirits because, you know, none of them are really getting through. I will pass a turn. At the end of my turn, I finally get to do a Xolatoyac thing
It's happening.
and untap these 5 things because they have counters on them.
Yay.
Hey, but boo for
But
what
also-
it means for us.
Pretty concerned.
It means very little for you.
1 mana short of a cyclonic rift.
No. Go ahead.
1 mana short of a cyclonic rift.
All right, I will untap and draw. Okay, I will tap 3 and cast Mirror Entity.
Another spirit. Also a Phyrexian clown.
Also a problem.
That too.
I will go to combat now. All right, here's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
I will attack Rachel with 1 DJ.
A single DJ.
Single DJ spirit. On attack, I'm gonna get a 1/1 citizen.
Nice.
When I make that before blockers are declared, I'm gonna activate Idol of Oblivion and draw a card.
I will block your DJ with 2 of my DJs.
All right, I will pay 2 into Mirror Entity to make it a base power 2/2.
All right. I will lose both my DJs, but you will lose yours as well.
Goodbye, DJ. All right, then I will play my land for turn, which is a Guildless Commons, returning a Plains to my hand. And I'll pass.
All right, I will untap my board, and then I will go and draw for turn. We'll try this. It's not much, but I think it's my best thing. I will go to combat. Xenagos will trigger on 1 of my spirits, so it's now a 2/2. And Jake Voss, I will send that 2/2 your way.
Oh, drat. Well, preventing 2 seems probably like the best thing that this spirit can do, so I'll block.
Okay, I tried. And then I will play my own Yavimaya, and I'll pass.
All right. I will untap and draw for turn. I think we're gonna get the desert train going again, and I'm just going to recast Hazezon.
Nice.
I am going to play a Ramunap Ruins as my first land for turn, which will get me 2 Sand Warrior tokens.
Cool.
And then I'm going to follow it up with a command tower, which is not a desert, but it is good. I will go to combat. And Jordan, I'm gonna send 4 spirits in the area.
Yep, I will. There's nothing on board that gives them bigger or anything, right?
Nope, nothing on board.
I'll block 3 of them then with my 3 spirits.
Okay, all of our DJs trade. And you take 1.
Trading them DJs, bam, take 1 down to 20. At exactly half my original life total.
That's my turn, I'll pass to you.
At the end of your turn, I will pay 4 and cast a Fact or Fiction.
Oh.
Rachel, I'm gonna target you. So we will reveal the top 5 cards of my deck.
A game.
Games. And the cards you have to choose from are Boseiju, Who Endures, Wild Growth, Forest, Sakashima of 1,000 Faces, and Flesh Duplicate.
Okay, so I think I want to split Sakashima and Flesh Duplicate. We'll put the better land with the slightly worse clone right now.
Yikes.
All right, that's how I'm going to split them, with Wild Growth, Boseiju, and Flesh Duplicate in one pile, and Sakashima and the Forest in the other.
Okay, that is sort of a difficult choice.
Oh, good.
Yeah. You're like, that is the plan. I did want it to be hard. I really want Sakashima, but I think I'm gonna go with just the more cards.
That's fair.
So Sakashima and the Forest will go into the graveyard, and I will keep the Wild Growth, Boseiju, and the Flesh duplicate. And then, 'tis my turn. I am going to untap everything. Upkeep, draw. All right, the first thing we're gonna do is just move to combat.
Oh.
Any responses to that?
No.
Jake, you're tapped out,
Yeah.
and you're also, you know,
A known enemy.
You killed my guy.
Yeah.
You killed my boy. So, I will attack you with Xolatoyac. On attack trigger, I get to put a flood counter on a land, and I will put it on Dreamroot Cascade. It's now an island, so it can produce blue, which is exciting.
All right, I will block with my ordinary citizen.
That you are allowed to do. Well, you'll never see this coming, because right now, I've got a
Agreed.
salamander serpent attacking you. But wouldn't you be surprised if instead I had a Sea Dasher Octopus?
What?
I am going to mutate Sea Dasher Octopus on top of Xolatoyac the
Seems
Smiling
good.
Flood.
Very cool tech.
So now I could potentially turn him into more Xolatoyacs a little easier.
Well, at least you don't have a clone in hand.
No!
I am going to tap Command Tower. For green, I will cast Wild Growth on my breeding pool. So now when it taps, it produces 1 additional green. Then I'm gonna pay 2, and I will play a Flesh duplicate. So yeah, it is only a 2/2 because it is technically a copy of the mutated Flesh Dasher Octopus Xolatoyac.
Which
Do not
doesn't have
say
legendary.
Flesh Dasher Octopus.
When Flesh Duplicate enters the battlefield, it will enter the battlefield with 3 vanishing counters, and we'll put a flood counter on my breeding pool. Then I'll pay 1, 2, 3, and cast Rishkar, Pima Renegade. When Rishkar Pima Renegade enters the battlefield, he will put 1/1 counters on up to 2 creatures I control, which I'm going to choose my Sea Dasher Xolatoyac and my Rishkar.
That's cool.
So, all my creatures with counters on them can tap for mana. So I'm gonna pay 1, doing green there, 2, 3, and I will play Omnath, Locus of Mana.
Wow.
So, at the end of my turn, 2 of the Xolatoyac triggers will go on the stack, which means I get to untap everything with counters on it twice. So what I'm gonna do is when each of those resolve, I will tap all the lands again to get extra mana from it. What I'm gonna do right now, though, is just let them all untap once, tap them, and then let it all untap again. So I will just create as much mana as I have on the board, and then everything will be untapped. Make sense?
Sure.
Omnath
So
only
just one
stores
tap of the
green
mana.
Yes,
which
it
I
only does
help it
green
with,
mana,
yeah.
but everything is green because of Yavimaya.
Various Yavamayas.
So I will make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then this one can't make any green mana, so I will just leave it untapped.
'Kay.
So, and actually it'll be 8 because I can tap this Xolatoyac for mana at once.
Thanks,
And then he will
Rishkar.
untap, and then Omnath will store my remaining 8 mana.
Seems
8
good.
green mana. And then I will pass the turn.
I'm gonna untap everything here, and I will draw for turn. Okay, I'm gonna play a Plains. Then I'm gonna tap 7 mana.
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna play Elesh Norn.
Yeah,
Grandson of Biden.
that's really bad.
Ooh, that is pretty bad.
It's really bad.
All of my stuff gets +2/+2, and all of your stuff gets -2/-2.
Yeah, that basically ends my game for a while.
Responses?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, you deserve this.
I expected him to come out swinging.
Yeah.
No response.
I have pass priority.
Response!
This handles the Rachel.
Oh, you had plans. You thought you could remove my commander a 3rd time.
I was sitting here
didn't you?
smiling like, something's a 2/2 now? Okay.
You were gonna get rid of it, but I was 3 steps ahead of you.
Man.
That's right. I am going to play 3 steps ahead, and I'm just gonna do all the modes. So I will tap 2 blue, which will be these 2, and then I'm gonna use floating Omnath mana for the 6 that come after that, right?
Okay.
So that goes down to only 2 green mana left floating on Omnath. And then I get to do all 3 modes of 3 steps ahead, which will be counter target spell, Elesh Norn Grand Cenobite. I will create a token that is a copy of target artifact or creature I control, which will be Sea Dasher Octopus.
Weird token.
Yes, this is another Sea Dasher Octopus.
But it's got both cards, right? It copies the whole object.
Yep, it copies the whole object, the Sea Dasher plus the Xolatoyac under it, and then I get to draw 2 cards and discard a card. So 1, 2, and I will discard quasi-duplicate.
Well, that's
Notable.
Ooh, jump start.
worth knowing, yeah.
And I will get a flood counter, which I will put on this island, turning my island into an island.
That's tech.
Actually, it's an island, forest.
That's a really good point.
And as much as I want that card from Idol of Oblivion, I'm not going to attack. I'm going to hold up a blocker and pass.
Okay. Untap. That didn't take very long. Drop. I will go right to combat. Xenagos will turn one of the spirits into a 2/2, and then all 3 of them will go to Jordan. So a 2/2 and 2 1/1s in the air.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about the air. I will take 4, going to 16.
And then I will pay 5, bring back the Indoraptor. It will enter with 4 1/1 counters on it. So it is a 7/5. And actually, I'll tap like this instead. And then to shuffle the bottom 59 cards back in with the rest, I'll play Farseek.
That's fair.
So I'll search my deck for something that is at least not a forest or more than a forest. I'll get this Overgrown Tomb tapped, and then that is it for me. I'll pass to you.
All right, I will untap and draw for turn. So I am going to activate Ramunap Ruins and sacrifice the Survivor's Encampment to deal 2 damage to each of my opponents.
Yep, no response. I will take 2, going to 14.
I'm going to 18.
11.
And then I'm going to replay that Survivor's Encampment from my graveyard with Hazezon's ability, which will give me 2 more Sand Warriors. I am going to pay 4 this way, and I'm going to attempt to cast a Jetmir Nexus of Revels.
Ooh.
Yeah, I wanted to draw an Anthem, and
Yeah.
I drew the best one in the deck.
How many creatures is that?
10, which is the
10.
magic number.
I think that's game.
That's above 9.
Yeah, so all of my...
Resolved.
How much?
Resolves.
Well, I'm gonna go to combat, and I think we're just gonna be a little overcautious here. Jordan, I'm gonna send 3 of the spirits in the air at you. I'm gonna send Hazezon and the spirit at you, Jake. And I'm gonna send 2 Sand Warriors on the ground at you, Jamie. Jetmir gives them all Vigilance, Trample, and Double Strike. Those are my attacks.
Well, I have no blockers in the air.
I'll block Hazezon with Mirror Entity.
I will block one of your warriors attacking me with
Okay.
Indoraptor.
Go to first strike damage. Jordan, you take 12.
I will take 12, going to 2.
Mirror Entity is going to absorb 1 damage, so I'll take 9 on first strike. Going to 9.
Jamie, you take 4, and Indoraptor takes 4.
So I'll go to 7, and Indoraptor will trigger this
Yay! It's happening.
Okay, so Indoraptor's Enrage trigger chooses a player at random, so I'll roll a die for it. Rachel's 1-2, Jordan 3-4, Jake 5-6.
Jordan dies before double strike.
Dope, that's fun. I can sacrifice a creature, right?
Yeah,
you're
you
fine.
can.
You have to sacrifice a non-token creature or die.
And then this makes me way more. Yeah, okay, Rishkar.
He went out with a bang.
I sacrifice Rishkar by tossing him off into the distance, as is tradition.
So between first strike and regular damage, I will Assassin's Trophy the Jetmir.
Pretty sweet. All right.
Game's not over.
Game is not over. Jordan's gonna untap. That is so scary.
Oh, no.
I do not have a way to deal 2 damage. Jetmir will be destroyed.
I would like to point out that she phrases it, Jordan's gonna untap, but she also should phrase it as you guys get to untap as well.
If you don't kill
I
us.
sure would like that to be the case, and I
Yeah.
feel it's appropriate given how this went down that would be the case.
Okay, I will find a plains, and it comes into the battlefield untapped. Because of the way combat works, my creatures no longer have double strike, and they've already dealt damage, so I don't deal damage again. It does mean that my Sand Warrior blocked by Indoraptor dies.
3 cheers for Jamie for both saving us and putting us well within lethal range. Hip hip, hooray!
Whew, all right, well, not quite what I wanted it to be, but that's okay. In my second main phase, I am going to play a forest as my second land for turn, and I will pass like that. Go ahead, Jordan.
All right, I will untap, and then I will draw. Wait, what I have before my draw is my upkeep, wherein I have 1. What I have before my draw is my upkeep, where I have one trigger because I remove one vanishing counter from Flesh Duplicate and draw a card. Okay, so I'm going to pay 1, 2, and I will play Midnight Clock.
Pretty good.
Tick-tock. I will tap 3 mana and I will discard Kodama's Reach so I can jumpstart Quasi-Duplicate. We'll make me another copy of my Xolatoyac Sea Dasher Octopus. When that ETBs, I will put a counter on my Otawara Soaring City, and Quasi-Duplicate is exiled now. Then, though I cannot actually use this for the way it's supposed to be used in the game, I'm going to pay 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I will play the One Ring.
Oh no!
Protection from everything.
I have,
Very cool. Oh, it's so scary.
I will play Boseiju Who Endures as my land for turn.
Okay.
So I have no lands in hand.
No cards in hand at all.
No cards in hand.
How did that happen?
I just didn't draw a whole bunch.
You can use the
actually.
One Ring.
So before my instep, I will pay 1, 2. I'm going to put 1 counter on the Midnight Clock. So now it'll untap with my other things that have counters on them when the turn goes. And then, because you've got Ramanat Bruins on the board over there, my next upkeep I die no matter what. So I need to go for broke and just do as much as I can right now.
All right.
So I'm going to tap the One Ring, putting 1 burden counter on it, and then drawing a card. So at the end of my turn, these 4 triggers will all go on the stack. So all of my stuff is going to untap 4 times. In response to the first trigger resolving, I will tap Otawara and float 1 mana. I will untap everything.
Uh-oh.
This is not all that much mana compared to what it is.
So much mana.
It's a decent amount of mana, yes. Then, there are 3 Xolatoyac triggers still in the stack. In response to the second one, I'm going to tap the One Ring, which will put a second burden counter on it and draw me 2 cards.
Sweet.
And then, I will tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 mana. So each time I do this, it will be 1 colorless, 5 green, and 5 blue.
All right.
So that's 11 more mana after the 3 that I already had floating,
Okay.
putting me up to 14. Then another Xolatoyac trigger will go off, leaving 2 still on the stack. All my things with counters on them will untap.
He's doing the thing.
This
Thing
is the
is
thing. I'm
doing
it.
This deck is sweet.
Doing it. Then I will tap the One Ring. It will go up to 3. I will draw me 3 cards.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's bad.
And then I will tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 more mana, putting me up to 25 mana. Third Xolatoyac trigger will go off. Everything will untap another time.
There's so many cards and mana. This is so bad.
We could shortcut this, but it looks cool.
No, we're doing it.
Do
we
the whole
are
thing.
doing it. Normally
Yeah.
I just count these out, but this is how we're doing it now. I'm going to tap the One Ring, taking it up to 4. There's 1 left on the thing, and I will draw 4 cards.
The One Ring's so cracked in this deck. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. It is going to kill me. We should make that super clear. Okay, so I've tapped the ring, and then I will tap 11 more mana 1 more time, doing the whole thing,
Okay.
putting me up to 36.
36 mana. Yeah.
Last Xolatoyac trigger will go off. Everything will untap 1 more time.
And now here's where we find out, is it worth it to untap again?
The answer is absolutely not. I will tap the One Ring, because why not? I'm in for a penny, in for a pound, you know?
Draw 5.
Let's draw 5 more cards.
That seems okay.
This is a good way to go out, though.
Yeah, this is sweet.
So technically, Omnath is, I believe, what is known as a big chonker right now.
Yeah, he's a big stinker.
He's big.
He's a big old chonker. That being said, it's my instep, and I don't get to untap again. So it's almost completely irrelevant how big he is. Okay, I'm gonna cast Pull from Tomorrow for 25.
Wow.
Sweet.
To see if I can find something to bounce this One Ring and keep it in this game.
All right, draw 25 cards.
So that's 27 that I have spent. In fact, I leave all green mana available.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5,
6, 7,
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25! Yay!
Now discard one.
Discard a card. I will discard a Glasspool Mimic.
All right.
Oh boy, what did I get? What did I get? I have, I think, one card that can bounce the One Ring.
It's like opening booster packs.
You have 9 green floating.
9 green is floating. So I am going to play Archdruid's Charm and choose the first mode where I search my library for a land or creature, and if it's a land, I can put it into the battlefield. If it's a creature, I can put it into my hand.
Cool.
I am going to go into my deck, and I will find what was on top of my deck, which is Simic Growth Chamber.
Nice.
Wow.
Okay. Nice.
Simic Growth Chamber will ETB, tapped. In response to its trigger, I will tap Odawara Soaring City to produce 1 blue mana.
One blue floating.
And then I will return Odawara Soaring City to my hand.
Yay! Very good.
And then channel Odawara Soaring City to bounce the One Ring back to my hand
With its own blue mana.
Sick.
Wow.
with its blue mana. Bam. Down to 4.
So now you're not dead anymore to your own thing.
Yes. And then my turn will end.
Woo! All right, Jake. I don't know if you ever thought it would happen, but you went from
Somehow I'm here. I'm gonna untap
Yeah.
for some reason.
Jordan skipping his combat step to leave you alive.
yeah.
I don't know why you didn't hit me with the Seed Ashers, but okay.
Didn't attack at all. Nope.
I
that's fine.
absolutely should have. It would have made me like 8 more mana.
Yep. Drawing a lot more cards too.
On your upkeep, Midnight Clock ticks up.
Are you done?
Yeah, will you stay out of my turn?
2 o'clock and all's well.
There are 4 players at this table. It's not about you. All right. Spawning bed.
Okay.
Yeah!
All right.
you.
All right.
I'm gonna crack my spawning bed, spending 6 mana to do so, and I'll get 3 Eldrazi Scions. And because I made a token, I'm gonna activate Idol of Oblivion and draw this 1 card.
Big draws.
My only regret is that I have but 1 white mana. It's nothing. I will pass the turn.
All right, I will untap my board,
On your upkeep, Midnight Clock will go to 3.
and then I will go and draw for turn. Okay, I'm gonna go straight to combat. Xenagos will trigger and target Indoraptor, so it will get +7/+7, becoming 14/12.
Whoa.
That's
Menace.
big.
Rachel, I think it's gotta be you.
Yeah.
I am going to send that 14/12 Indoraptor your way.
We're gonna risk it for the biscuit. I am going to block Indoraptor with 2 Sand Warrior tokens.
Your 2 Sand Warriors will die,
They will.
and Indoraptor will get Angie.
Uh-oh.
Angie
All right.
Indoraptor.
This is a big roll.
But at whom is Indoraptor
It's
Angie?
always the question.
Who he Angie at?
He Angie at Jordan?
Yeah.
Which is meaningless.
Oh no!
I have too much power.
Still Angie at Jordan.
And I have protection from everything.
Okay, and it's possible there was a time earlier in combat that I was supposed to do this, but I will do it now. Return of the Wild Speaker.
Ooh.
The card draw
cards.
mode.
That seems sick.
So I will draw 14 cards.
Oof, that's scary.
10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Are they good ones?
2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, they better be. There's 14 of them.
Oh man, that eyebrow raise.
7 mana available.
Most may not recognize it, but this man has drawn an answer.
So I can't target Jordan with Jessica's will. Oh, he has 45 cards in hand.
That would be the greatest Jessica's will ever.
Oh man.
First, I'll play my land for turn. It's this Deathcap Blade. I'll take 1 pain, because I need 2 black mana from this.
Youch.
So I'll go to 6. And you wouldn't believe what it's for. Pestilence.
Whoa.
Oh. Well, that wiped my board repeatedly. How much black mana do you have up? 3?
I have 4,
Four
but
black
one
mana.
of it would hurt me.
Swan Song.
Oh.
Wow.
Deflecting swat, targeting your Swan Song. And I'll change the target of the Swan Song to my deflecting swat.
Yeah, I think that resolves.
Then my swat will resolve, and when your Swan Song goes to resolve, it just fizzles.
Okay.
Pestilence is still on the stack, unless you tell me it's further along than that.
Yeah, it resolves.
So it really is just a question of now or later.
How many black mana do you have? 3?
3.
I have 4, but one of it hurts me, and the pestilence also hurts me. I think it's later when Jordan exists.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm gonna have to discard a bunch of cards, but that's where we are if anyone has anything in my end step.
Dope. I will untap
On your upkeep, the midnight clock will tick up to 4.
and draw for turn. I'm gonna try to do is go to combat. Jamie, you have your 3 flyers. I'm gonna send my 4 1/1s in the air at Jake.
Okay, no blocks. I'll take 4 and go to 5.
Then I will activate Ramunap Ruins, sacking itself to its ability. So I'm gonna do 2 damage to each of my opponents, except Jordan, who is protected by the ring.
With the Ramunap damage ability on the stack, I am gonna activate Pestilence 1 time.
Okay, that deals 1 damage to each creature and each player. I will lose all my tokens.
And I'll lose my Scions, but I'll float the 3 colorless mana. You never know.
I'll lose my 3 spirits.
I'll take 1, go to 18.
I'm at 4.
I'm at 5, and then Indoraptor will trigger, because it gets dealt 1 damage.
Yeah.
All right,
So the usual numbers.
it's me.
Wow.
So I take 6, 7.
You take 7 or sack Hazezon.
I will take 7, I'll go to 11.
And then the game continues, and Jake and I each take 2 damage from Ramunap.
Oh, man.
So I'll take 2 and go to 2.
I'll take 2 and go to 3.
All right, I'm going to replay Ramunap Ruins from my graveyard because of Hazezon, which gives me 2 more Sand Warrior tokens. And then I'm going to play a land for turn, and it's a Plains. That's all I got. I will pass the turn.
Okay, here we go. I have a line.
Oh God. Oh God.
Let's see how this happens.
We've unleashed him.
All right, well, you have an untapped step.
I'm doing this on the end of your turn.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna float all that mana. I'm going to play Smuggler's Surprise to put 2 creatures from my hand into the battlefield.
Interesting.
I will play out a Tidal Barracuda
Sweet.
Wow.
and a Roaming Throne,
Oh boy.
Okay.
Okay.
and naming Serpent. Then, I have 8 mana left. I'm going to play Balaged Recovery,
Uh-oh.
spending 3 of that 8, putting me down to 5. And I will return Archdruid's Charm to my hand. I'm going to play Archdruid's Charm
Okay.
to kill your Pestilence.
Oh.
So I'm down to 5 after the Balaged Recovery. And then I'd be down to 2 after casting the Archdruid's Charm. That brings me down to 2 mana in my mana pool.
I'll respond by activating the Pestilence.
You do have 1 damage marked on all of his stuff.
Yeah.
I will respond with a Heroic Intervention, giving all my creatures indestructible.
That will resolve.
I'm going to respond to the Heroic Intervention.
Okay?
You're now tapped out, correct?
Yes.
I'm going to cast Teferi's Protection.
Okay.
And I don't know if that's going to save me, but I can't cast it on your turn, so I'm going to cast it now. All of my permanents phase out, and my life total can't change.
Ooh.
Okay, that resolves.
So my Pestilence trigger is the top thing on the stack. I'm gonna flash in Shadow Spear.
This is so cool! Wait, this is so cool!
And then I'm gonna pay 1 so that your permanents lose indestructible.
It's all permanents? All right, well,
So sick!
I don't think this game is all that close to over anymore.
Okay, it rules.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so
Okay.
now my Pestilence resolves and attempts to deal 1 damage to everything.
I have no permanents, and my life total can change, so I take nothing.
All of my stuff dies, except for Roaming Throne and Tidal Barracuda.
That's so cool!
Ooh.
And then I'll take 1 and go to 1.
I'll take 1 and go to 2. Archdruid's Charm is still on the stack, but I now have an Enrage trigger from my Indoraptor. So I will roll. The usual numbers are the usual thing. 2 of you are meaningless. Jake, I could just
I
accidentally kill
mean
you.
something.
Once again, Jordan.
Ain't done nothing to me.
Indoraptor chose you, but since you have protection from everything, you cannot take damage, and thus this choice is meaningless to you. Okay, we have gotten to the part of the stack where your Archdruid's Charm resolves, and my Pestilence is destroyed.
Archdruid Charm resolves.
And whatever was happening before is happening. We're still in Rachel's end step with, I think, an empty stack.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
Jordan's turn.
Can I pass again? We're passed.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
That was so crazy.
This game's wild.
So everything is untapped. On my upkeep, I will tick Midnight Clock up to 5. I will draw for turn. First thing we're going to do is play my land for turn, which is going to be a Temple of the False God. I do have more than 5 lands, so it is on.
Are you sure?
I believe you.
I am.
Yeah.
All right,
Yes.
I guess we'll just believe him on this one.
Okay, I'm going to move to combat. Unless you guys have something real tricky. Jamie, Tidal Barracuda is coming at you. Jake, Roaming Throne, coming at you. You can't cast spells because I have the Tidal Barracuda.
That's not the only reason I can't cast spells. But no blocks for me.
Yeah, Xenagos is offline, so no blocks for me.
I believe you guys are dead, right?
Kaboom!
Synchronized death scene.
All right, it is time to return to the flood. Xolatoyac. I cast him again, this time for 12 mana. And that puts 2 more flood counters on things on the battlefield because Roaming Throne doubles his ETB trigger. I will put 1 on Temple of the False God, and I will put 1 on the Simic Growth Chamber.
Good.
I also have, right now, 1, 2, 3, 4 mana available to me. And I will play a Spark Double, targeting Xolatoyac, to make a second Xolatoyac. It's going to enter with a 1/1 counter, so it is a 7/7. And then I will put 2 more flood counters on lands, so a Seiju who endures, and
The Vivid Grove isn't blue yet.
Yeah.
I will, yeah, you know what? The Vivid Grove is now finally an island. Now everything I
Okay.
have is islands, the flood is complete,
Yep.
and then I will move to my instep. I will float 1 from the Midnight Clock, and then 4 Xolatoyac triggers will go onto the stack.
Oh boy.
Because
Okay.
of the Roaming Throne. I will untap everything. I'm not going to need all this mana that I have right here
No.
to do what I'm trying to do here. But I have 1 blue floating. With the 4 Xolatoyac triggers on the stack because of the Roaming Throne and the 2 Xolatoyacs, I will have 4 times 15 mana.
60 mana.
So I have 4 total untaps. I'm going to float all the mana from the first 3, leaving me with 45 mana and all my lands untapped.
Seems
Nice.
good.
Yep.
I am going to play a kicked Rite of Replication, targeting my Spark Doubled Xolatoyac, the Smiling Flood.
Sure.
So that will put 5 copy tokens of Spark Double onto the battlefield. So now I have 5 more Xolatoyacs right there. Let's not even bother with it, but technically all these have a bunch of flood counters on them now.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Because I get 10 more flood counters.
You want to flood all my stuff?
Things. I can't. Your stuff doesn't exist
that's right.
now.
Phased out.
That's right.
And then I will play a Stunt Double, which will ETB as a copy of my Tidal Barracuda.
Okay.
So I will have 2 Tidal Barracudas now. And then I'm going to cast Quantum Misalignment, targeting my Roaming Throne,
Okay.
to make a second Roaming Throne. Quantum Misalignment then rebounds, and I can cast it again at the beginning of my next upkeep. So that's rebounded. It'll kind of live here, exiled for a little bit. And that will make a copy of Roaming Throne.
Sure.
And then, with my 27 remaining mana, I will cast Stroke of Genius and draw 24 cards,
Yeah. What are you worried about?
leaving me with 4 cards in my library.
Well, it doesn't seem good for me.
I don't think you're getting through that.
That wall?
Go ahead, Rachel.
Yeah, I'll untap just me and my 1 card in hand. Draw this.
On your upkeep, Midnight Clock will tick up to 6.
I am going to play my land for turn. It's a Creosote Heath, which comes in and deals 1 damage to you.
You can't say that on TV.
Oh, dang!
That triggers Hazezon.
All right.
It's so close. I'm so close right now. And I literally have like a nothing in my hand.
Yeah, I take the 1 damage, going to 1.
Well, I pay 4, and I'm going to sacrifice my Raminap Ruins to attempt to deal 2 damage to each of my opponents.
In response, I am going to pay 4 and flash in the 1 ring, giving me protection from everything.
Yeah, there is nothing I can do about that, unfortunately. I have another land drop, so I'm going to replay this Raminap Ruins from my graveyard,
Yep.
making me 2 more Sand Warrior tokens. So I now have 6 warriors. I am gonna cast the one card that's been in my hand this whole game. It is a Wayward Swordtooth. He doesn't do a whole lot here.
Okay.
Attacking doesn't work because you have many a salamander. So I will pass the turn back to you, Jordan.
At the end of your turn, I will tap my Ever-Flowing Chalice, and I will play out the Millennium Calendar.
Oh boy, is this how I die?
This is how you die.
That's fair.
Unless-
I can't gain 1,000 life.
All right, so I'm gonna tap all this other stuff. It will get 15 time counters on it when I untap.
Yikes.
All right, untap.
That's a lot of stuff to untap there, mister.
Yeah,
I don't feel bad at all about it.
I don't think I have enough blockers.
Upkeep.
I barely, I mean, like,
All right, I am going to move to my instep.
Jordan attack.
Attack.
No!
Jordan attack.
I want to kill you with the Millennium
All right.
Calendar.
That's fair.
I'm gonna move to my instep. That will put, I have 6 Xolatoyacs on the board. Each of them will give me 3 triggers thanks to the roaming drone, which leads to 18 untaps of everything I have on the board.
Wow.
Before the first one resolves, I'm gonna pay 2 and tap the Millennium Calendar to double the number of
Okay.
counters on it.
So it goes up to 30.
And I'm gonna do that for each of the 18 instances that are on the board.
Which I think adds up to like 15 billion.
It adds up to just an
So
absurd
many.
amount.
So many billion.
Yeah. Definitely 1,000 though.
Yeah.
And then, when it is over 1,000, I'm sorry, I don't think we need to do the math on
Probably
this, right?
not.
I'm gonna sacrifice the Millennium Calendar and deal 1,000 damage
Okay.
to all of my opponents.
Wow.
In response,
Yep.
I'm gonna deal 2 to you. Sack of ramming Aperons.
I will tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I will Sublime Epiphany to counter that
Very good.
activated ability.
Very good.
Well done.
Good game, everybody.
Good game.
Oh, good game!
Oh man.
I win!
Victory.
All right,
Woo-wee.
Congratulations to Jordan.
Oh my goodness.
I like untapping stuff, so I like Jordan's deck, although I don't want to play against it.
He drew like 40 cards in that last turn too,
It's
Josh.
pretty
so.
crazy. Yeah.
Right
Here's
up your
what I
alley.
want to know. If Rachel had resolved that scape shift, how different of a game is it?
That's a lot of sand tokens on the battlefield. Yeah, Scape Shift, one of the most powerful cards you can play, especially in a deck like that. Jake killed Xolatoyac twice. Did not matter. Jordan
Well,
still got it out and did
Still
the
is
thing.
it.
Yeah.
And Jamie with the Heartless Hidetsugu.
One of my favorite cards ever printed.
Yeah, crazy game. If you enjoyed it, or if you didn't, let them know in the comments. Jordan's exactly the type of deck that I want to play, but I don't want to play against.
Yeah, there you go. That makes. I mean, the way he managed to save his life there at the very, very end at 2 life was pretty impressive. You gotta say.
Very cool game. All right, let's talk about our sponsors before we go. Cardkingdom.com/command. If you want to build any of these cool decks that you saw, or saw any cards that you think, oh, that's perfect for my whatever deck, Cardkingdom.com/command is the best place to go to pick that stuff up. They have a huge inventory. They're going to have the cards you're looking for in the version you're looking for, in the condition that you're looking for. And we love them because they are one place. They send you everything in one package. So you don't have to wait. You get all the stuff all at once. It is getting close to the holidays as well. They're a really good place if you want to send some Magic product to some loved ones, friends, family, that kind of thing for the holidays. Again, cardkingdom.com/command to get the Magic cards you want and support the content you enjoy.
And then get those cards, sleeve them up, keep them protected. UltraPro.com/command is the company that myself, Josh, and members of our office trust our own collections to. They have so much more on their website, from playmats to deck boxes, dice, sleeves, whatever you need to make your Magic collection complete. UltraPro is gonna have some version of it. And they also have amazing deals all the time on the website. So if you go to ultrapro.com/command, you can see all of that while supporting the show and, of course, getting the stuff that you need to make your collection complete.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching.
And we'll see you next time.
Peace.